And we begin this hour in the country's capital. The High Court in Pretoria is expected to get feedback from discussions between the Lungu family and the Zambian government. This follows the court's earlier decision to adjourn the Lungu family's appeal against a ruling which allowed the Zambian government to repatriate Lungu for a state funeral and burial. Watching developments for us is our senior reporter, Canny Maphanga, who joins us now live from inside court. And Canny, is there any clarity around how this morning's proceedings, if there will be a sitting there, are likely to unfold?
Indeed, good morning to you, Ayanda, and to the viewers at home. As far as we know, speaking to the clerk of the full bench of the Gauteng High Court in Pretoria, that this matter is proceeding this morning. What we can expect, leaving off from Friday, because you may remember that when this matter over the final resting place of the former president, Edgar Lungu, returned to this court for the appeals process to begin, we saw that the Lungu family has now roped in senior counsel Advocate Ngcukaitobi to assist in their leave to appeal bid to the SCA. But of course, before that could begin, Ngcukaitobi made it clear to the court that there were discussions underway between the two parties, that is the Lungu family and the Zambian government, and that they needed time for these discussions to take place. And of course, the matter stood down until today at 10 a.m. So what we can expect when that court sits is for an update regarding the discussions that took place between the family. Of course, if they were successful, then you can expect that there'll be some sort of resolution today in the Gauteng High Court in Pretoria. If not, then you expect this court, the full bench rather, to proceed with that leave to appeal application where the Lungu family is seeking to set aside the entire full bench judgment that found that the Zambian government is entitled to repatriate the former president for the purposes of a state funeral and a burial. The difficulty with the discussions at this stage, is that following the court appearance by the two parties last time on Friday, we then saw that in the evening that papers had been filed in the Constitutional Court for leave to appeal directly to that particular court to set aside that entire judgment. So that does not inspire confidence regarding the negotiations rather that may or may have not taken place this weekend. As we see from the affidavit of the widow of the former president that is filed in the Constitutional Court, that the family is adamant that the former president's remains should be buried here in South Africa, and the wishes of the family and his personal wishes, or his dying wish to be buried in South Africa, should be respected. So we expect at 10 a.m. this morning, when that matter returns, Ayanda, will receive some clarity on this long-standing issue now. We know that appeals process can take some time, and while this all takes place, Ayanda, the former president his remains rather, are still at the mortuary, as both parties fail to find a similar position on the final resting place of the former Zambian president. Over to you in studio.
Gosh, still no clarity around when, in fact, Edgar Lungu will be buried. Canny Maphanga for that update. Thanks very much indeed. We'll keep a close eye on developments from the High Court.